Alright guys, what's up? I've been looking around online. Everybody wants to know how to make Marlin use a dual Y-carriage or a dual X-carriage. I wanted to do the same thing myself, and I couldn't really figure out how to do it, so I had to do some digging around. So I'm going to take and show you guys here how to do it. First, this is a brand new download of Marlin, so nothing's been changed. So the configuration is all just regular configuration. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take and you want to go into your configuration advanced. I'm not going to show you how to set up your regular configuration. You hopefully know how to do this. But when you go into advanced configuration, you want to scroll down, and where is it? It should be around here somewhere. Right here. See? Z dual stepper drivers, go down. It's the same again, but for Y-axis. So you want to define Y dual stepper drivers. Now when you try to compile it, it's going to throw an error. Let's wait for it to compile. And it didn't throw an error. Why didn't it throw an error? That's weird. Let me see, did something carry over? I've never had this happen before. I have a Rambo, so I'm going to go check the Rambo pins. That's weird. It should throw an error when you define Y dual stepper drivers. Unless they change something. Let's try it again. That's weird. Let's see if it's an issue with the program. It should throw an error now because you can't have Z and Y dual stepper drivers. Yep, see, there's an error. Let's bring this up. What does it say? Error, you cannot have dual stepper drivers for both Y and Z. Okay, that's correct. Let's try it again. Nope, everything worked fine. That's weird. Okay. Let me open up my Marlin configuration that I use, because I know this will throw an error. This, if you can get it to work fine and it doesn't throw errors, then by all means do it, but I always had an error when I tried to compile it. So here, go into configuration advanced. Alright, I have defined Y dual stepper drivers defined, okay, and then I went into my Rambo pins. Now it depends on your board. If you have a Rumba or a Ramps or whatever it is, use that, but I have a Rambo and that's what I'm going to use. So I go into my Rambo pins, and over here you can see where all the pins are defined for the drivers, the X, Y, and the Z. Then they define some heater pins, and then underneath that they have these right here, which is extruder 0, and then these are used to be extruder 1. You can see right here these are still defined as extruder 1. You have to take and you have to change the step pin, the direction pin, and the enable pin to Y2. So when you get it, it should look like this. It should show E1, E1, and E1. That's what it'll look like when you're looking at a brand new one. You want to change that to Y2, Y2, and Y2. You only want to change the step pin, the direction pin, and the enable pin. Don't change the MS1 or MS2 pins. These are message signal interrupts. I had these changed to Y2, and it was causing my motor to stutter. And I'm assuming it was because it wanted it to hold position. I don't know exactly what it was, but I changed these back to E1 and it works fine. Now you can also take and you can change it to extruder 0 if you want to take, and if you want to use your extruder 0 and then define extruder 1 for whatever reason. You can also take and change these pins around if you want to define different steppers. So let's say your Z let's say you have a 5-driver board like I have, and with the Rambo, and let's say your Z driver gets fried for whatever reason. You can take that and you can redefine that, so you can just define it as E1 if you're not using extruder 1, and then go down to E1 and define it as Z. That way your E1, if you define your E1 pins right here as Z, it'll now act as a Z driver, and your dead Z driver would then work as an extruder 1 driver, which wouldn't work because it's dead. You could do the same thing for X and Y. I figured I'd put this in here just to let you guys know, because I was having issues with it. Maybe they fixed it in the new Marlin. I don't know when it was updated. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you liked it, and thanks.